Friday the 13th of March 2026. It is 9:36 AM. Let's get back onto the Freelander. It's been a week, I think, since I've done anything. I want to have a look at this noise, this rattling from this auxiliary belt area. I'll start it up in a minute and I'll show you. Yesterday the 12th, oh yeah, so I'm on holiday. I'm technically on holiday now for 2 weeks. Pardon me. I should have been in the air at the moment on a plane on the way to Mallorca, but I'm not because I couldn't go. I mentioned that in a previous video. So yesterday I took the Discovery down to Southport to the electric park brake specialist. The park brake's now sorted. I'll talk about that in another video on the Discovery. There's some other issues that I've got to sort on the Discovery. The park brake's now working. That's sorted. That's good. So back onto this. Let's start it up. I'm just going to crack open the garage door, and then you'll hear the rattle. I'll pop the bonnet. Let's lift the bonnet, and then we'll start it. Sorry for the rain noise now because I've opened the door. I'll shut it again in a minute. You might have heard that. It's worse when I just move the steering slightly. I have got a slight leak possibly from the power steering reservoir as well, because my fluid has dropped ever so slightly over time. So we'll get this wheel off, this driver's side front wheel. We'll get that panel off, have a look, check those pulleys. Right, overalls on. Now, look. So I've got a new tool cabinet. Well, new to me, second hand. I went and got that last Saturday morning. Picked it up. So it's a Auxilliary Zipper Line Pro. Lots of space. That's my old one, US Pro Tools. I've had that, I don't know how long. I'll put it in the description. I think I paid £200 for that when I got that. This one, in comparison, is so much bigger. Good job I went into Discovery. Wouldn't have got that in the Freelander. And then it's got a Mac Tools top box. So this, I put some stuff in, but I've got so much more space. I mean, this one's a bit battered and a bit tatty, but this one is fine. So I started to run out of just tool space. So I've got so much more now. So that's good, right? But I've got, at the moment, it's saying here, it's a bit tight, so I mean I've got enough space to work. I just have to push it over there while I'm using it by the door. Let's get this wheel off, get it jacked up and get this wheel off. Fingers still sore. Right. Now, so there's a little 10mm nut there. That's a nylock. 10mm plastic nut, and then there's 3 little screws there that we've got to undo. Take off that little plastic bit there, and then that'll come off, and then we can have a look at the belt. There you go, that's off. That one snapped, only just tried to turn it and it snapped. So you have to fix that in differently. Do something. That one you don't even need to take off. And then there's the belt. So let's just slacken off that tensioner and have a feel. So let's give, I want to get 13 on there, I think it is. Move that tensioner and then we can take the belt off and just see what these are like, these two. Right, there you go. So that's looking up. This is the auxiliary belt I've taken off, which was new a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago. That idler pulley bearing is fine. That one's fine, it's not that. That's the tensioner. Again, it's not that. That's the alternator. It's not that. Got a leak from the power steering pump. It's going to be that, isn't it? That's going to be the rattle. Can you see the leak here? So, looks like I need to change the power steering pump. So let's put this back on. So, now then, which way around does it go? That's the question. That goes there. Got to figure this out, hang on. At least I know what it is now. I know what my noise is, and that's why the power steering fluid's dropped. So from the top of the engine, this is the power steering pump here. This little hose here is notorious for wearing through where that little plastic clip goes on it. So is it the power steering pump that's leaking, or is it leaking from this hose and dripping down onto the power steering pump? So what I'm going to do is I'll spray some brake cleaner on, clean up this top area, drive it for a bit, keep an eye on it and see. So I'll also try and get some penetrant on this bolt, because that's the one that notoriously seizes, because it's right up here. Got those two out. These are these little screws, self-tapping screws, in case I need to take that off. But to be fair, you can get that little cover out with only just undoing that one. So let's get it covered back up, get some cleaner on it, clean all this up, and then see, because is the noise just oil getting on the belt? There we go. So I've just sprayed some brake and clutch cleaner on, cleaned it up, see if you can see up here, cleaned it up there and there. So now I can check it, run it for a bit, check it and see where it's leaking from, and then decide, is it the actual power steering pump, or is it just that hose? Keep an eye on it, but at least I know what the rattle is. And I don't need to change the idler pulley, that's still okay, despite the fact I bought an idler pulley and a tensioner. Oh well, never mind. Right, let's get this inner wheel lights thing back on. I'm just going to run it first because I've got brake and clutch cleaner on the belt, so I'm going to run it, airline that off with it running, turn it off again, inner arch back on, and so in here, if you pull that back, you can just see in there the top of the screw there. So I'm going to get some plus gas on that, get some lubricant on it in case I need to undo it. I might undo it anyway, I'll try and undo it and then put some grease on it, put it back in. Let's see when I've got back together. Right, I think I know what I'm going to do. So even though the tensioner bearing on the pulley might be okay, the tensioner itself could well have gone, couldn't it? That could be why it's bouncing around all so much. So do I just replace it? I've got one. I might as well swap it, mightn't I, and see what it's like. I'm getting too warm in here now. Yeah. Well, I've got it apart. Let's do that. Let's just take that flipping tensioner off, swap it, put the new one on. Might as well. So one new Deco tensioner and a new belt. Not belt, bolt. Probably don't need a new bolt, but I've got it anyway. I've just got it in to see what size it is. So old. And then we'll see deco. So we'll stick a new one on because I replaced that when I did the timing belt and water pump. Is it just that's worn out? The bearing's okay, like I said, but look at all the debris built up on the belt, on the pulley. So just stick that one in. That bolt's fine, that was a new bolt when I put that on the belt. Right, let's put it back in. Right, so I can't find the torque in the Haynes manual for the auxiliary drive belt tensioner bolt. So I'm going to have to turn my computer on and look on the actual Land Rover workshop manual to torque it down, because it needs torquing down clearly. Now I might have a printed sheet somewhere, but heck knows where I've put it. It'll be in the garage somewhere from when I did the timing belt. I have seen it. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Be quicker to look it up on the computer. Make myself a coffee while I'm at it. Took my coat off. Right, 45 Newton meters it is. It took me, once I opened the actual PDF of the workshop manual, the actual Land Rover workshop manual for the Freelander, it took me about a minute to find it. Dead easy, 45 Newton meters. So, the question is, where have I put my torque wrench? Still in the original place. It's in the old one, so 45 Newton meters. 20, 30, 40, 5. Right, let's get that done. That's the other useful thing with this one. It's got a little table for putting stuff on, including my cup look. Right, let's get it done. So I've got to use my little 3/8 torque wrench. Should get a new one really. I've had that a long time. And it's calibrated in inch pounds and meter kilograms, or meter kps, which I don't like. So I should get a 3/8 one like that other one. Problem is it's too long to fit in to torque that up to 45 without taking the under tray off, and I can't be bothered taking the under tray off. So I'm just going to do a conversion and this will fit in. So I need to just look up 45 Newton meters, convert it to meter kilograms, and we should be okay. Just got to do the conversion. So get the phone out, do the conversion, use the internet. That scale, 4.59. Right, where are we? 3/8 in it. I need my adapter. Where's my 3/8 adapter? That's my 3/8 adapter. I know I had one somewhere. And if not, it should fit in like that. We'll have to think again. Well, it didn't go click, but I've got it tight enough, I think. I don't trust this. It's a Clark one, it's an old one. That's I should get a new one really. Right, let's pull the pin, start the engine, see what it looks like then, see if it's been a waste of time or see if that is the issue. Let's put that away. I've got it all routed correctly, so let's pull that pin. I can pull it out. Can't get the pin out. Hang on. Why can't I take that damn pin out? I have to get a pair of pliers on it. That's bizarre. It's really tight. Well, I've taken it back out again. I'm going to take that out before. Oh, the pin's bent. Won't come out. So we'll put it in the vise, we'll take that out, and then we'll refit it. What a joke. Right, I managed to get the pin out in the vise without hurting myself, so that's good. It went with a bang, it kept my hand out of the way. Makes a change. New auxiliary drive belt tensioner on. Let's start it up, see what it runs like. I'm just going to move the tension a little bit and just push it a little bit more on the roller. So that's better, isn't it? I've got bouncing around the scene. That's a lot more control. Still bouncing a little bit, but at least it's working. And I've taken that little plastic clip off there. And I'm just going to check underneath that top hose. There we go, that one's scrap then. So we can go to the scrap bit on bin, which is down here. That one. Right, next thing I want to do is just get the mower and check underneath that hose and then put that clip back on. Still need to break the fluid, bleed the brake fluid, but it's nearly lunchtime. I can do that later, do it another day. I've got 2 weeks, so I might do that tomorrow, we'll see. There we go, so splash guard back in, just put a tech screw in the 8mm head. It's got a washer on it already, so that's returned that bit. Bottom of that's always like that. There's not a fixing onto the subframe, so we can put the wheel back on now. So 140 Newton meters for the torque for the wheel nuts. Hang on, no, 133, 133, 133, 140. Freelander's 133. So we'll nip them up a bit, and then we'll get it back on the ground and torque them properly. Now, when I had the discovery yesterday that the EPB specialist, they didn't torque them, they just gunned them up. So I need to check those later as well. It's not raining now, so I'll check those while I've got my torque wrench out. 110, 120, 130, 1, 2, 3. Right. Now, I want an extension, small extension. That one. Can you see me down here? I don't know. Slow it down. Take it off the axle stands. Check them again. Done. Right, so that's that job done. Just got to take the jack out because it's not fully down yet, and then brake fluid next. Like I say, not doing that today. That's enough today. Other stuff to do. Right, see you later. So morning, Saturday morning. It's just gone 9 AM. I've got a coffee. Let's get these brakes bled then. I had to say that twice because I struggled to get it out. Right, let's crack on. So the brake reservoir is under there. Now, to see the level, you can do it without taking the scuttle off, but to see the level in the reservoir, it's easier to take the scuttle off. I need to adjust that wiper arm anyway, because it's just catching the bottom. And it's only these little screws to take it out, take the wiper arms off. So I'm going to pop that off again, just because it makes it easier, and then if you do spill, it's easier to clean up. This hose here that I was saying does leak is the fuel line. So these two are fuel lines to the fuel filter. Fuel filter is just under there. And I do need to buy some fluid to top the reservoir up because I haven't got any. So I need to buy some. because it is getting close to minimum. That it'll be the power steering pump that's been leaking. I had a look yesterday to see how much they are. They're quite expensive. So maybe it was just leaking on the seal if that tensioner wasn't working properly. So we'll top it up. I'll buy some, we'll top it up, and then I'll just keep an eye on it. For now, anyway. There we are, scuttle off. Much better access now, and you can actually see the level marks on the side. So we will drain the mucky fluid out the top to start with. We need to jack the rear of the car up. Make sure that I can undo the brake bleed nipples, and then get the fluid out of there, get it bled. Shouldn't take too long, really, but we'll see. Right, I've got my pressure bleed thing hooked up, sucked out as much as I could. I couldn't get a lot out, so we're going to have to keep stopping and topping back up, because I don't want to put it in here because it just makes a mess. You can put it in here and it'll replenish it, but I don't like doing that. I just like using it as a pressure thing. And then we'll go around and bleed the first lot. Let's get a torch. So we've got that on there already. Put the tube on. I haven't got any rags in case we make a mess. Get that on there. Getting that in there. And then crack it. This is where it goes wrong, you see, because that comes out of there. Crack it. Slowly, and then I've got it at 10 psi, you can do it higher, until we get clean fluid. Get the idea. So this one's the furthest run, so I'll have to let this one run for longer. So this rear next, so we've done that much out of that side. Now we'll do this one. There we go. So we'll leave that running for a bit. Get some fresh fluid through here. We'll do, again, a good bit. And then we'll put the rear wheels back on, jack up the front to the front. So we're back onto the fronts. But these front bleed nipples, they're not standard size, they're tiny. So the other side's the same. I've got to do the other side first. They're flipping 9. What sort of size is that? 9mm. At least it fits. Right, hook up my bleed system. We've got pressure on. There we go. It's working. Let's leave that to bleed for a bit. I think that's fresh fluid coming through now. We'll just give it a little bit more and then we'll go to the other side. It's all clean now that's coming through. It's not like the dirty stuff. You can see it's separated here. Clean on top from about there. That's all the dirty stuff to there. Yeah, that's it. We'll crack that off. Shut it off. Get all that in there. Go to the other side. There we are. Just knocked over my bottle. This side I'm having trouble with. I can't undo it. The spanner's slipping. So I was starting to figure out what to do, and then knock that over. So we'll get some cat litter on it. So what should be an easy job is thwarted by that bleed screw, which won't come undone. It's just rounding off. I mean, why have them so tiny? They're like in between 9 and 8mm. 8mm won't go on. 9 was okay, but this one rusted a bit more, slipped. And of all my pipe wrenches and bleed screw things and everything, I haven't got one that fits. Tried vice grips on, that's when I knocked this over, when I was just about to try vice grips on the spanner to squash the spanner. So I need a 9mm deep socket. I haven't got one. Deeper socket, I haven't got one. So my little socket extraction set, that might go on, and then if I can crack it off, I'll be able to then do it with a spanner and look to replace them. Right, that'll go on. Hammer, let's see. Yeah, that goes on. Bash it on. See if I can crack it. I better get a hose clamp on there because I don't want to have loads of fluid coming out. Right, see if I can shift it. Right, I've got it moving. So now, have I got another bleed screw? I should have. Let's get a container under there for any fluid spillage. There we go. So let's clean that up and see if I've got one the same. I've got loads of bleed screws. So let's see what we can do. Get that out of there first. Well, at least I got it undone. You can see it's all chewed up and all manky. Right, let's go and have a look in the house and see what we've got. No, I've not got one the same, so I'll have to reuse this. They're a lot fatter on the thread. So we'll put that back in. It will bleed up, I think. Where's my spanner gone? I've lost my spanner. So yeah, now I've cracked it off, my 9mm, if I get it on the right flats, should just allow it to bleed. So let's get it bled. There we go, so at least it's bleeding now. Just wait till we get some decent fluid through and then shut it off and make sure it's not dripping. And then I'll look to replace that. I'll have to order some. What a faff we got there though. As you can tell, I'm warming up. That's that. That's all clean now. So shut it off, make sure it's not dripping, get the wheel back on. Top up the reservoir, put together up there. So that's how much I've done, plus whatever I kicked over the floor. So there we go, all done, back together. I just need to note the mileage and I'll order a pair of bleed nipples for the front. Why would there be different sizes to the back? That's just bonkers. Pain in the backside. Anyway, leave it at that. Drive it tomorrow, swap them round. Need to get the Discovery back in here in the week. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Nearly at 200 subscribers. Hopefully by the time this goes out in another week or so, we'll be at 200. See you next time.